Not a trace.
That's ridiculous, not a trace.
Well, unless she's clear away.
How?
Well, you realise, of course, if she got her hands on a uniform, she'd be Officer Yates again. Well, not to us. But if a delivery man came into the yard, he wouldn't know the difference.
Well, where would she get a uniform?
With a little help from her friends.
That's rubbish. Well, did she have any particular friends on staff? Anyone she kept in touch with?
Did she, Vera?
How would I know?
Well, what about the other prisoners? They're still locked in their cells.
It's a pity we can't snap freeze them until we find the woman. I suppose we'd better return to normal procedure. The evening meal is to be strictly supervised. I want every officer we have on deck, the women, to go straight back to their cells.
Right.
Do we still look for Yates?
No, we'll leave her to the police.
We can handle it, surely.
Well, you were all for calling in the police over Lynn Warner.
Well, she returned, didn't she? So will Yates. We just have to starve her out.
Rather a gradual method, don't you think? No, it's time we called the police. Well and truly time if one of the staff are involved.
I mean, it's just as I said. It stands to reason. They've combed this place like it's got nits, and they still haven't found her.
Any objections if I work the press?
I think probably the screws are giving her a farewell party.
Have you finished? Just shut up and get back to work. All of you. Ferguson.
That's me.
You're not rostered here in the laundry.
Haven't you heard the good news? Special request from the governor. Could we have the pleasure of your company in the laundry, she says.
Oh, dear.
God, they feed you earlier in here than they did in the last place I was in.
Just as long as you eat it, Mrs. Smith.
Well, I haven't been waited on since I was at the Monarch Hotel. Oh, boy, was that a day.
Special occasion?
My husband thought so.
Oh, second honeymoon.
No, I shot him.
I brought you those magazines you asked for.
Oh, thanks, you are a doll.
Just a minute.
God, I don't know what the heck she thinks you're smuggling in.
Just checking to see that the centrefold's still there.
Oh, God. Now I know what they mean by splitting your side laughing.
I'll be back to give you your sponge later.
Here, why aren't you sending that young doctor that's been prodding at me?
Sorry, they haven't been giving sponges since Florence Nightingale. Good morning, Miss Bennett.
Well, Vera, couldn't keep away from me, eh?
Obviously, you're feeling better, Smith.
What? I feel like I've been stabbed in the guts.
They say you're doing very nicely.
Yeah, well, they sew you up real well in here.
There's no reason why you can't return to Wentworth soon.
Give us a go, Vera. I could do with another week in here. You don't want me stitches coming undone, do you?
You'll be transferred the day after tomorrow.
Please, not when I'm eating.
Where'd this come from?
Oh, I reckon they think I'm a charity case. Well, you know, if some of them get too many or they pop off, they give the leftovers to the needy.
Well, I'll be back to see you get to Wentworth in one piece.
Yeah. You do that.
Could I have a word with you?
I was so sorry to hear of your injury. I thought the cyclamen would brighten up your room. If you have a minute to write, I'd love to hear from you.
The girls are never going to believe it when I tell them I was tucked in by a cop.
Oh, we're almost human. The nurse is on her way.
I'm going to be allowed to get back to my own bed. At least I won't be watched over 24 hours.
Sorry, regulations.
Yeah.
Do you get on well with the other women?
I run them. They're almost human too.
Even the one who stabbed you?
She was next screw. They're different.
Oh. You'll get a good night's sleep after you take this. Oh, not uncomfortable, are you?
Oh, she'll be right.
The tea trolley's waiting outside. Thanks.
I'd say you're healing very nicely.
Must be those gentle hands of yours.
An inch to the right, and even my gentle hands would have had trouble patching you up.
Oh, I guess somebody up there's looking after me.
You'll be a bit uncomfortable for the next few days until the stitches start healing properly.
Hey, Doc, any chance you'd give me something to knock me out? If it hadn't been for that pill last night, I wouldn't have got a wink of sleep.
All right.
Well, this should do the trick.
Thanks for the tea. Pleasure.
Oh.
What are you doing, Bea?
Oh, I just want to get something off my locker.
I'll get it. What do you want?
Magazines? Thanks. Oh, yeah, Tuck. Is there another one there with a green cover, one I haven't read? That's it. Thanks very much. Oh, there you go. Tell.
I better get you a glass of brandy.
Didn't think my legs would make the distance.
What have you done?
Oh, I got your note. I thought I'd answer it in person.
You've got to go back, Bea.
No way.
Oh, Judy, this is...
I know who it is, Gran. What's she doing here?
Why don't you go back to bed?
No, I'm staying.
Oh, you should be in hospital.
Nah, I'm all right. Haven't even dropped a stitch. Okay, I didn't mean to drag you into this, Mum. But you were about the closest, and the cops will be checking out all my old mates.
What makes you think they won't come here?
Because there's nothing to lead me to, Mum, that's why. If they checked out everyone I'd done time with, they'd be kept busy for years.
You can't be sure.
Judy.
I just want to flake here a couple of days.
What are you going to do then?
I'll think of something.
If you're caught here, Gran will end up back in prison.
Judy, will you go back to bed, please?
She's right. I'll find somewhere else.
No. We'll talk about it in the morning. You need to rest.
Thanks, Mum.
It is believed the woman is dressed in a brown and white floral frock and cream cardigan, which was reported stolen from a ward close to where the prisoner was last seen. She is described as violent and dangerous. Anyone seeing this woman is advised...
We can't let her stay here, Gran.
She won't hurt us, Judy. I know what it's like when you first get out.
But this is different. She's wanted by the police.
You've got no one to turn to. You're lonely, scared. That's what makes you desperate.
But, Gran, if we call the police now, we won't get into any trouble.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I don't want Gran going back to prison.
And you can keep your nose out of it.
Now, stop it, both of you. You're welcome to stay here until you're better.
Oh, Gran, you can't.
I've made up my mind. Oh, Judy, dear, please try to understand. I can't send her away. But I promise I'll try and talk her into giving herself up.
You know what'll happen if she's found here?
Yes, I'm not being fair to you, am I? If anything happens to me, there's you and the baby.
Gran, you should be worried about yourself, not us. If you end up back in prison, it'll kill you.
No. No, it'll all work out. Hello?
Jean Vernon here, Mum. Is everything all right?
Yes. Yes, of course. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I was meant to come and see you this morning. Yes, well, I wasn't feeling very well. I didn't go to work. I slept straight through.
You're sure everything's all right? You haven't been working too hard?
No, just a little rundown, that's all. I'll come and see you as soon as I'm better, if that's all right with you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
If you do go and see her, you better be careful she doesn't find out anything.
But when you leave here, where will you go? You said yourself the police will be watching anyone they think you might turn to.
Well, I just need the money to get away. I don't have to show up in person.
Well, then how will you be able to get the money?
There are ways.
No, Bea. You're not going to get Judy to run your messages. I won't allow it.
Now, you don't want me to overstay my welcome, do you?
What do you want me to do?
Gran, you're not going to help her anymore. Haven't you done enough already?
I think Mum can make up her own mind.
Well, I won't let her. I'll call the police.
Like hell you will.
Judy.
I mean it. If you give us any more trouble...
If you tell anyone I'm here, you're going to be putting Mum right back inside. You expect anyone?
No. Quickly, get in there.
You better watch it.
Hello, Mum. Well, aren't you going to ask me in?
Yes, of course. Are you sure you ought to be here?
Hello, Judith. Oh, stop worrying, Mum. I just called in to see why you haven't reported to Miss Vernon. You know the regulations about parole.
Yes, I know, but I don't feel very well. I was going to go and see her tomorrow.
Yes, that's true, Mrs. Jackson. She hasn't been very well. It's hard work looking after me as well. Well, I must admit you do look a little pale, but you must report in. You could have phoned.
Yes, I know. Would you like some tea?
No, I mustn't stay.
Well, if you're sure.
Yes, sure. Oh, yes, there was something I wanted to ask you.
Yes?
Did you get in touch with B. Smith at the hospital?
No. Oh, I did leave a plant and a letter for her. That was all right, wasn't it?
Yes, of course. You heard she's escaped, I suppose? Yes, it was on the radio. Have they caught her yet? Not yet, but they will. Did she have your address?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, that's just as well, because if she had managed to get in touch with you and you'd helped her, you know what would happen to your parole.
Yes, I know.
Oh. I didn't know you smoked, young lady. It's very dangerous in your condition.
No, they're mine. I've picked up the habit since I got out. Just an occasional one, that's all.
Well, I'd better be going. Now, remember to report in.
Yes, I'll remember. I'll see Miss Vernon tomorrow.
Bye-bye, Judith Ann. Goodbye, Mum.
Bye.
That was cute, Mum. You too, Judy.
Oh, I only hope she didn't suspect anything.
Well, why would she? You know, look, I know you're worried because I put you on the spot, but it won't be for long, I promise. I can eat one of these. It was quick thinking on your part, Mum.
When are you leaving?
When I get some money and some gear.
How long will it take?
Judy.
Oh, don't worry, Mum. I understand. Don't you worry your pretty little head about my leaving either. It won't be long. I've got an idea. I must put on a few more pounds than I thought.
Well, I don't have anything bigger.
No, don't worry. It wouldn't be enough now anyway, not since the police have broadcast that description of me. I'm going to need a whole lot of new gear and a wig. Try and change my appearance.
But how are you going to get it? You don't have any money and we can't let you have any. We need the little we've saved for the baby.
Well, I wouldn't take it anyway. I owe you enough already.
What are you going to do?
I've got a friend who owes me. So I'd just like to ask you one more favour, Mum.
That's what they all say.
It's what I like about you, Judith Ann. You're all heart. Like I said, Mum, just one more favour.
Of course.
Good. This friend of mine owns a jewellery shop. So I'll give you a note and she'll give you some money and I'll be apples. I'll be gone from here and you won't even know I've been.
Well, can you trust this friend?
Oh, yeah.
Gran, you mustn't.
It'll be all right.
You're already too involved. I'll do it. Be much safer.
No.
She's right, you know. It would be safer. No one would suspect her.
I don't know, Bea. It's all right for me. I've been in trouble, but she's still just a baby.
Well, it's up to you, Mum, but the sooner I get that gear, the sooner I'm out of here. Wouldn't take her a jiffy.
All right, then. But you be careful.
Time, Mum.
She'll be here soon.
Don't think she'll do anything stupid.
Bea, Judith Ann isn't stupid.
I don't know, she got a bun in the oven, didn't she? If you don't call that stupid,
Bea,
what do you...
don't talk like that. You know what I mean.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mum. Take no notice of me. I'm just itching to get out of here, that's all.
Can you trust this friend of yours?
Oh, yeah.
Well, what if she doesn't want to help? What if she tells the police?
Belle's an ex-con. She hates the cops worse than I do. Got no worries there.
Well, I hope you're right.
Oh, I'm right. She knows better than to cross me.
When you've got everything, where will you go?
I'm right. I told Val in the letter I'll be staying a couple of days with her.
Well, I only hope she's the friend you think she is.
She better be.
Good day, miss. Can I help you?
Yes, I want to see Mrs. Richardson, please. I've got a letter for her from a friend of hers.
Mrs. Richardson's not here. She sold me the shop a couple of months ago.
Would you know where she lives?
I wouldn't know. I believe she moved to Sydney.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
I think you ought to sit down, relax, and have a bite to eat, Bea.
I couldn't eat a thing, Mum.
Well, at least have a cup of tea.
What?
Well, it might get you to sit down, then I can stop worrying about you.
Oh, all right. Give us a cuppa. Well, about time. There you are, Mum. I told you Val had come through.
It's a couple of dollars change.
Oh, thanks, love. You're beaut. But old Val was surprised to see you. I won't be a minute.
Thank goodness that's over.
Away. Well, say something.
Well, you look so different, Bea.
Well, that was the general idea. Not what I'd choose myself, but it'll do the trick. Old Val certainly knows how to choose a disguise. Nothing to say, Judy?
It's all right.
Oh, come on. It's better than all right.
Bea?
Yes, Mum, I'll be off.
Are you sure you're doing the right thing?
Nothing else I can do.
Well, you could give yourself up.
No way. I'm going to enjoy this. Look, I'll be all right. Don't worry.
Are you sure?
Oh, the stitches are giving me a bit of bother, but a little bit of pain never hurt anybody. Thanks, Mum. Aren't many like you left in the world. Yeah, you look after yourself and take care of Mum. Well, I better be off. Don't want to miss Val at the shop.
Bless you, Mum. Take care of yourself, Bea.
Yeah. You bet.
Well, you don't have to worry anymore. She's gone. You don't look very pleased.
Where do you think she'll go?
Well, you know where she's going. To her friends.
She can't.
What do you mean?
Oh, Gran, I just did it to get rid of her. I just didn't want it to give us any more trouble.
Darling, what is it?
Valerie doesn't own the shop anymore. But I bought the things. I've just withdrawn all our savings. What do you think she'll do?
I'm sorry, madam. I'm closing. If you'd like to come back tomorrow morning, I open at 9 sharp.
Oh, has Mrs. Richardson gone?
Mrs. Richardson? She's been gone a long while.
Well, looks like she's doing pretty well.
Pardon?
Business must be booming if Valerie can afford to knock off early and employ a manager to do the locking up for her.
I don't know where you got your information from, madam, but I am not the manager. I am the owner. I bought this shop from Mrs. Richardson some 2 months ago.
But she was in here this morning.
She was not, and I should know. There was a young lady asking after her. I told her the same thing. Now, I'd like to close, madam.
Yeah, sure, so thanks.
I'll throw these away too?
Yes, dear.
What if she comes back?
We'll worry about that when it happens.
Hello, Mum. I thought I'd pop round and see if you're feeling any better.
Mum, come in.
Throw this away too?
Yes, dear, and will you make us a cup of tea, please? Won't you sit? Well, it's very good of you to take the time to call and see me, Miss Vernon.
Oh, that's all right, Mum. But if you can't call in yourself, you really must give me a ring. Now, you know the conditions of your parole. Only one misdemeanor, and it could be revoked.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Well, we'll forget about it this time. My, you've done wonders with this place. Do you mind if I have a look in the bedrooms?
Something worrying you, Mum?
No. I wonder if Judith Ann wants any help.
No, leave her. She'll manage. If you spoil her too much, she'll never learn to cope.
Yes, you're right.
It's really lovely, Mum. You can be very proud.
Thank you.
I don't think I'm going to have time for a cup of tea. I'm supposed to go and see some friends, and I don't want to be late. Do you mind?
What a shame. Still, if you've got to go, perhaps another time.
Love to.
Well, if you're going and you're giving me a lift, I'd better go too.
Yeah.
Bye, Mum.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Mum.
Goodbye.
Well?
Sorry to disappoint you, Meg, but I found nothing.
Nothing at all?
If B's been there, which I doubt, then everything's been cleared up and all evidence got rid of.
What about that dress Judith Ann was going to throw away?
What about it?
I think it was identical to the description of the one B stole from the hospital.
Oh, Meg. Do you honestly believe that Mum, knowing how close Judith Ann is to having the baby, would jeopardize her parole into helping someone like B?
I don't know.
Don't you think you're blowing all things out of proportion? Making a mountain out of a molehill?
You could be right.
It's all right, dear. I'm sure they didn't suspect anything.
But what if they recognised the dress I was holding?
Well, we'll just have to hope that they don't.
But what if they did? They've come back. Gran, don't answer it.
It's probably only B.
We don't want her back here either.
I'll have to let her in. Well, you took your time. What are you doing? Protecting this little bitch here.
What?
Well, you set me up, didn't you? Wanted me to come back while those two are still here. Now, don't be ridiculous. We both did everything we could to get rid of them as quickly as possible. Don't you think Judith Ann knows what would happen to me if they realised you'd been staying here?
All right, but what's the idea of not telling me that Val doesn't live in the shop anymore?
Well, I just thought that...
Well, you should be grateful to her, Bea. She used all her savings to buy you that outfit and wig.
And she let me walk out of here thinking Val was still there. I took a big risk because of her.
Well, you're not the only one taking a risk. Just remember that.
I don't want to get in trouble on my account. Look, I'd clear out of here and leave you in peace if I could, but now I don't know where Val is. I've got nowhere else to go.
Well, did you ask the jeweller if he had your friend's present address?
No, I was so flabbergasted when he told me that Val had sold out that I just walked away.
Well, I'll go and ask him.
No, look too suspicious. I've been there, she's been there. If anyone else turns up, it's going to look really funny.
Well, why would it?
Look, Val, they know that Val's an old mate of mine. The police would soon put two and two together.
Well, I'll go. Well, it won't look so strange if I go back and say that I've just forgotten to ask for her address.
You're right. It won't.
No, Bea. I don't want Judith Ann involved any further.
Well, it's a bit late for that.
Besides, the sooner Bea leaves here, the better it'll be for all of us.
Good on you, kid. Don't worry, Mum. You're not going to end up back in that monkey house.
Mr. Aldridge, the jeweller, said you'd handled the sale of Mrs. Richardson's shop and that you might know her new address.
Richardson? Oh, yes, I remember. I couldn't give you her address, though. That's private, confidential.
But I need to see her.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, she's my mother, and... Well, I ran away from home a long time ago, and I need to talk to her again. Because I'm going to have...
Oh. Well, I could give you her telephone number, I suppose. But right now, I'm running late. I have to meet a client. Ah. There you are. You can use my phone. I've got to go.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Hello?
Hello? Is that Mrs. Valerie Richardson?
Yes, who's this? A friend of who? B. Smith. Look, I read the papers. I know the situation. What does she want from me?
Well, she was wanting to stay with you a couple of days. I was wondering if I could have your address.
Well, no, I mean, I'll be out all day. Look, why don't I meet her somewhere? Well, just a minute, let me think. What about that little park in Bridge Street, Richmond? Yeah, that's as good a place as any. Will you tell Bea to meet me there at 1 o'clock sharp? Yes, all right. D24, please. Look, I've got some information about that escapee from Wentworth. It doesn't matter who...
Surprised to see me. Thought the police had picked me up by now. After all, you did dob me in, didn't you?
Well, you ought to know me better than that, Bea. As if I'd even think of shopping it to the cops.
They were there, weren't they?
Yes, I know. As soon as I saw them, I got the hell out of there.
You saying you came to meet me?
Of course. When I spotted the cops were there, I left. I thought you'd see them too and give me a ring later. I didn't know you had my address.
Judith Ann got it for me from the estate agent's file. Smart kid, eh?
Isn't she just? Smart enough to set you up?
Hey?
Well, who else could it have been?
Oh, apart from you, you mean?
Bea, would I do that to an old mate?
Oh, no. Anyway, it doesn't matter now. I'm here.
Well, yeah, we'll have to talk about that. It might be a bit awkward.
Oh, really? In what way, Val?
I've got a gentleman friend.
Oh, didn't you always?
This one's real straight. He thinks I am too. He doesn't know anything about my past.
Got him good and conned, have you? Is he loaded?
He has a little money.
Wonder how much of that left when you get your hooks into him.
Now, look, Bea, we've got something really good going. It'd muck it up if you were here.
Shaq's up here with you, does he?
No. He calls in every night.
Well, I know how to be discreet.
I don't think it'd work out.
It'd work out worse if you were back in a cell with me.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is if I get picked up by the police because you won't let me stay here, I might just let a few things slip.
Well, like what?
Like where I got the gun when I shot my husband.
You wouldn't. I helped you out as a friend.
Well, the police wouldn't call you a friend. They'd call you an accessory to murder. Well, now we've got that all settled. Where am I sleeping? All right, where are we going tonight?
Well, Russ will be here to pick me up pretty soon.
Oh, that's your straight gentleman friend, eh?
Yes, look, Bea, I don't want to sound rude, but do you think you could make yourself scarce when Russell's here?
You're ashamed of your old mate, eh?
Well, no, it's not that.
Well, I don't see why I should have to hide. Just tell him that I'm an old friend from way back who's come to stay for a while.
Well, OK, but for Pete's sake, don't you mention a word about where we met.
I'll be Miss Goody Two-Shoes from Fairyland. Same again, thanks.
You don't want to be full when he gets here.
It's all right for you. You're going out. I'm going to be left here in my Pat Malone. Hey, has he got a mate?
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. Why?
Well, we can make it a foursome.
That's not a good idea.
I think it's a bloody beauty. After all the time I've been cooped up, I could do with a bit of a fling.
Don't you think it's stupid when you're...
Oh, get on the hooter until Russell get over here, bring his mate, and I'll take care of the rest. Where do you reckon they'll take us?
Somewhere smart, dancing and a floor show. Russell knows how to give a girl a good time.
Here, what's his mate like?
Brian? Well, he's, hang on a tick and you can see for yourself. Bea, you will remember. Not a word out of place?
Now, don't worry. Let him in.
Miss Richardson. Miss Valerie Richardson.
Yes?
Detective Carter, Consulting Squad.
Consulting Squad?
squad?
Oh, just a routine inquiry.
How routine?
Well, you've nothing to hide, have you?
No, nothing.
And no one?
No one.
Well, the one we're after would take some hiding. Great hefty piece with ginger hair. Mrs. B. Smith. I believe you know.
I used to know.
That was Wentworth Detention Centre.
Yes?
Well, we're running a routine check on all her old mates. I don't wish to hassle you, but it's got to be done. Wouldn't it look better if I stopped decorating your doorstep?
Come in.
And when did you last see the lady?
When she was last released?
You live here alone?
Yes. I like my privacy. I don't like people just dropping in. Especially when they've got notebooks and big feet.
Oh, this won't take long. Tell me, how well did you actually know B. Smith?
We shared a cell. It wasn't through choice.
I heard you were close.
If I never saw her again, it'd be all right with me.
There's a good chance she could come here.
Why? She wouldn't even know where it was.
No, well, that's my job to ask. If she shows, I want you to ring me at this number. Not the next day or the day after, but the moment you set eyes on her. She's one friend you can't afford to have, Miss Richards. Well, thanks for your cooperation.
I'm always cooperative. Minster, I kept my nose clean.
Yes, it's in your record.
Don't they ever file and forget?
This is just a formality. You're not in any trouble, so keep it.
You took your time. What were you doing? Telling his fortune?
No, he was telling mine. Great hefty piece with ginger hair was going to get me into trouble.
Your trouble's going to come from the kid next door.
Young Yvonne?
Yeah, I caught her snooping over the fence.
Well, she didn't see you.
Oh, didn't she?
What were you doing out there in full view?
Well, I didn't have time to dig myself a bloody big burrow, did I?
Well, at least the cop's gone.
Has he?
Well, what's holding him up?
The kid.
Oh, God, that's it!
Yeah, I should have shut her up.
How?
Had a word with her.
Yeah, I know your words.
She's looking towards the house, so
Will
see.
you get out of here? Will you get the hell out of here? Look, look, look.
There you go.
Jeez, I need a drink.
Well, you nearly got rid of me there for a minute.
Look, Bay, I meant what I said to that copper. It's only trouble for me having you here.
Stop your belly aching. Give us a drink.
There.
Well, here's to a hot time in the old town tonight.
You still want to go out?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Well, look.
Oh. Nerves of tapioca. Here. Get this into you. What are these, blokes like we're going out with tonight?
Well, Russell's a sales rep.
Is he mine?
No, he's not. He's mine. Brian's yours.
Yeah, I hope this Brian's a big bloke.
He's built like a ruckman.
Con the demons.
Don't get carried away. He hasn't got much on top.
That's not where I need it.
He is smart enough to read a newspaper. He'll know who B. Smith is.
All right, well, change my name. Call me Alice or Melva or Narelle.
Well, how about Louise? I had a friend at school called Louise.
Okay, Louise. Con the demons.
Hey, Val. How about some more coffee?
Oh, it's coming. Here you are.
Oh. I'll give my head to the salvos if they come and cart it away.
Oh. Drinks like a fish. You drank like a Marco shark.
Oh, how about that Brian, eh?
Yeah. I noticed you were the life of the party.
Yeah, calm the demons.
B, there's just one thing bothered me.
Ooh, nothing bothered me.
Yeah, well, I noticed that. You and Brian were getting pretty confidential. How much did you tell him?
I don't know.
Oh, great.
Oh, don't worry. He was as pissed as I was. He won't remember. You know, there's only one thing wrong with last night. They left too early.
3:30?
Yeah. Maybe they'll stay all night tonight.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, I think it's a terrific idea. You forget how long I was locked up.
Yeah, well, it won't be long before you're locked up again, and me along with you.
Oh.
B, you're going to give yourself away. If Brian doesn't get the message, Russell will. He's not stupid. He noticed you didn't answer to Louise. He called you Louise several times, and do you know what you said? Who?
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep away from the grog tonight.
Well, it's a bit late for that. And what about that kid next door?
Oh, look, if she could have dobbed me into the cops, it would have been around here by now. You worry too much.
Yeah, well, I've got plenty to worry about. I'm going straight and I'm doing pretty well. They'll put me back inside again. Don't you give a damn?
Nope.
Thanks.
Oh, come on, don't get shirty. Look, we'll stick to our story. My name's Louise. I'm an old friend who's come... Jesus.
Hi. Just thought I'd say hello to the new neighbour.
Well, what new neighbour, dear?
The fat one. Oops, sorry. Didn't know she was behind the door. Hello, I'm Yvonne. You can call me Bonnie.
This is Louise, Yvonne.
We've met. I saw her hiding from that detective yesterday. What were you hiding for?
None of your business.
All right, then you tell me what you've done and I'll tell you if I mind it.
I haven't done anything. Look, you got it all wrong. The cop was an old friend of mine. I just didn't want to see him, that's all.
So you went and hid behind the bushes?
Yes, I did.
Why didn't you just tell him to piss off?
Because I don't use language like that. And you shouldn't either.
OK. See you then.
Oh, that's a funny kid.
She's on to you.
Ah, oh, she's not. Cops would be round here by now if she was.
Not necessarily. She's a funny kid.
In what way?
Oh, she's always hanging around watching what you do. She spends hours by herself.
Well, what about her parents?
Oh, they don't see much of her. They're on shift work and leave her to get her own meals and look after herself as best she can. I guess she's just a bit lonely.
Oh, I think I'd make better arrangements than that.
Well, they're trying to pay off the house and send her to a posh school. They're only doing it for her.
Yeah, but her mother's not there when she needs her. Her mother should be there.
Anything else?
Yeah, I could do with some Chinese food. How about some sweet and sour prawns?
As well?
Oh, don't be mingy.
I'll bring what I can carry, Bea, and that's all.
Hi, door's open.
What are you doing here?
Nothing, Bea.
My name's Louise.
She just called you Bea. Besides, I remember your picture in the paper. You're wanted.
Well, you know what they say. It's nice to be wanted.
I forgot what you did.
None of your business.
I won't tell the cops. Come on. What were you in for?
Murder.
Self-defence.
They let you off at self-defence.
Bet you had a good reason.
The best.
Well?
Well, there was this bloke, you see, and I married him, and we had a kid about your age. And when I was in the first time, he shoved her out in the street.
Why were you in the first time?
Oh, curiosity killed the cat, miss.
Gee, you've been in twice.
Well, there are no prizes for it.
What happened to your kid?
No one gave a damn. She had no one to look after her. The pushers got her and she died.
I'm glad you killed him. He deserved it.
Yeah, well, the judge didn't quite share your opinion.
I'll help you get out of the country.
Oh, yeah? How?
We could hijack a plane. People do it all the time.
People get shot doing it all the time.
Well, what about Darwin? We could go up to Darwin and start a new life. I'll say my mum.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we just join the Foreign Legion?
I was only trying to help.
Yeah, well, don't you go getting mixed up in it.
I want to.
Your mother and father would have a fit.
Oh, they wouldn't care. They don't care what I do.
Well, it's not what I heard. I heard they're out busting the gut trying to give you a nice home and a good school.
All I ever get is, hello, Von. Done your homework, Von? Good night, Von.
Yeah, well, they'd be tired, wouldn't they, when they got home? You were too young to know what tired is. Tired is when your guts hang down to your knees and your head rolls off your shoulder and you're just too damn beat to say to your kid, "Hi, how's my girl? What sort of day did you have? Do I score a cuddle?"
Bet you found time to say it to your kid.
I wish I had.
Yeah, well, don't I score a cup of coffee then?
You've scored enough. Gus will try and get him out of here quietly.
Oh, mother kept the boarding house.
There you go, Brian. Come on, come on.
Okay, out I go. Tippy. See you tonight, gorgeous.
Come on, Brian.
See you.
Oh.
what about that Brian? Has he ever won for the books?
He's nothing but trouble, if you ask me.
Oh.
Hi. I'm off to school.
Here. You had your brekker? Make some coffee, Val. How about some scrambled eggs?
Don't mind me, I just live here.
Who was the funny man doing the dance? Was he yours or Val's?
Well, he wasn't mine.
Thought he was yours. Bet he was fun.
A regular barrel of monkeys.
Yeah, you got this place staked out or something?
It's all happening here, isn't it?
Yeah, well, what's happening here is none of your business.
I've got a boyfriend too. But he hasn't stayed the night.
Well, I hope not.
He says I'm sexy. So I'll still have it when I'm 82.
Why not? Bea has.
Oh, thanks a packet.
I'll be able to visit you on the weekend. Dad and Mum are going away.
Aren't you going with them?
No.
You can't stay there on your own.
Well, haven't you got a married sister?
I can look after myself. I'm not a baby.